are into July now on Rottumer Island. Welcome back, everybody. Now, we have been busy, as I said we would, so there should be no surprises. So, we've done several harvest contracts, mowing. I think that was about it. But the corn that we've got left is at a good price, as is the soybeans. So we're going to get this lot dumped. Have done a bit of work and a bit of studying in between contracts. So yeah, all good. So both of our fields are ready to harvest. Lovely jubbly, 44 grand. It's tight. It's tight round there. There we go. Out this way. And back round. Now, I'm going to grab the soybeans. We'll get those sold. Oh, I've also done cultivation contracts. That reminds me of seeing that field there. Aha. So, I'll grab the soybeans. I'll see when we're going to get those sold. And we'll jump straight into harvest. So the other thing that I had been doing was selling our silage bales. So I think we've got 15 or 16 left. So I've left them for now. But another 25, we'll call that 26. Oh, grand. Oh dear, it's a bit tight, that sell point. But that means we can pay 300 grand off the loan, which is good. So we'll get back to the yard. We will, in fact, no, we can park this by the first field that we're going to do. So we'll do that, we'll pay off the loan, and we'll go from there. So before we start, let's, of course, let it save. Jump into the finances tab and spam the repay button. It was quite a relaxing evening, actually, doing all of that work. So 100 grand left to pay off. Super blooming duper. Let's start harvesting. So we don't have a yield map on here yet, so we haven't got to clear that, which is good. So harvester on. Lower down. There we go. Come on, button. This is going to be interesting. How this yields will be interesting. Because if we remember, it wasn't quite perfect. So we will see. So what is it saying? 112%, 120%. Okay. 89, 90. I like that feature. I like that feature a lot. There we go. Try and keep the swaths neat. Now we might just have enough space to turn. But possibly we do. Could have cut in, I suppose, couldn't I? But there we go. So if we lower down at that, there we go. Nice. It's not looking quite as bad as I expected. I will be interested to see what the wheat field. We did put wheat in there, didn't we? Was it wheat or was it oats? I can't remember. Let's have a quick look. Very quick look. It was oats, wasn't it? Oats? Yes, oats. Oh. So that should be good for the straw. Should be pretty immense off that, hopefully. But aye, that's all good. Yeah, so we're mixture of harvesting. I think we did 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4 harvesting contracts. Again, just sold all the grain. again, probably a similar amount of cultivating contracts, and then wrap that off with mowing in a John Deere, which was rather interesting. Quite like this setup with that. I think it's the 6150, maybe 6150, and the Samaz front and side mower, just the single side mower. Quite like that rig. But yeah, this is looking good. 95, 96, 12.7 tons to the hectare. And we are on this. Is this? Need to have a look what those other symbols mean. Does that mean that we're a 0.2 hectare field? Who knows? Who knows? Love it. Right, I shall do the headlands. We'll wash the rear of the tyres, and I'll come back to you on the up and down rows. So we've unloaded once already with the old Massey and the trailer. Now I've had a quick look, and the two sort of hatched squares, the first one, the 0.6 hectare one, is showing how much we've harvested in this session, funnily enough, and then the other one is the total that has been harvested for this combine, which is quite cool. So yeah, it just shows that in the help menu within precision farming. Check me out reading the manual. But we seem to be filling up really quickly, which is not surprising, but you know, what would it have been if it was perfect? There's always that question, isn't there? But we'll give it another go this time round and see if we can't absolutely ace it. Now the fact that we can turn off the realistic spreading, I'm still not sold on that one. But hey, there we go. Trying to keep the swaths nice and neat, because it benefits me when I have to bale it. There we go. And lower her down, and off we go. Freehand people. Such a guild worker. Not. The fields are starting to turn here in the UK, mainly the barley. Wheat's still very, very green, but yeah, the barley's starting to go. You can see it driving to work. One particular bit is quite high up, the field's sloping off down, so you get quite a good view. Still green-ish, especially around the you can see it more with the tram lines. So but yeah, we are rocking up. What are we, a couple of weeks away from the end of June, so you know, it's rapidly approaching. There we go. Lovely job. We're going to need to empty very soon. But this is not bad. This is not as bad as I thought it was going to be, which is always a positive. So I'm just considering whether we put in a grain dryer. It would only need to be the little one, and I can't for the life of me think how much that costs. I think it's £5,000. Should really know, being the bloke that created it. And I think we'd put that just outside the entrance, where we've got that little lay-by area almost. I think that would work there, and if we did that, we could just cut down a tree and do it that way, I think, for fueling it. Because the little one does only take wood. I think that's a plan. Because then at least we can dry the barley, dry the oats, and it bumps up the sell price a bit, doesn't it? Well, it will do. A fair bit. We could put the sell point in down at the BGA, because we own that plot of land, so that would work. I think that is going to be a cunning plan. I think we'll do that once we finish this harvest, which is, well, this field, should I say. We won't do the oat field just yet. There we go. Field complete. Turn off. Pipe out. Because we've got, what, 16,023, nearly 24,000 litres, so be worthwhile doing. Be worthwhile doing, I think. We're going to end up with. What are we going to end up with? Try to level the load a little bit. 23,000. Come on. Oh. Nice. 24.5. Lovely jubbly. Right. So, let's get this. In fact, no, let's go back. Hold that up. Turn the engine off. There we go. Right. Now we haven't got to worry about that for a bit. So, we'll get this relatively close. I mean, we've got trees blooming everywhere. But I'm thinking that if we... Let's get ourselves here for now. We can hop out of there. First things first, let's let the game save. We're going to want those markers on for a minute. And we'll save again. And then this is where I haven't got it installed, but I'm pretty sure I have. Construction, thank you. Productions or factories. Where are you? Where are you? What was that one? Flower crusher. Oh yeah. Forgot about that. Right. That one there. Woo. So. We need to be able to get this way around, don't we? That's how we want it. We want to snap it. Or do we? Yeah, we want to snap it sort of in the middle there. Boom. Lovely. So now what I'm thinking is this tree here will be a prime candidate. Look at that. What a creation that is. We'll leave them on for a minute because it's been that long since I've used it. So let's do the barley in first. Wait for the trigger. Wait. There we go. Nice to see it working. It'll fit rather nicely. Perfecto. Right, let's get to this. Just here. And then I'm going to donate, sacrifice this tree. Let's have a look. Where's best to get her cut? Right. We see the wood with the trees, and let's go. Please tell me I can cut you down. Oh, there we go. There. Nice bit of oak. Right. I'll get this into the production, and I'll be back with you. So, it's in 5,000 litres of the stuff. 5,124 litres of wood. So that should be plenty for now. So we can R and dry barley, wood. Jobs are good, and so we can activate that. That will whiz through that. So what we can do now is grab the tractor and trailer. We can probably start the oat harvest. Whether we'll get it all done remains to be seen. It looks like the grass isn't far off either. Maybe one more stage. We're going to be very, very busy. Well, we're on the first headland of our oat field. Yield looking good. Yield is looking good. Yeah, goodness knows what we're going to get off of this field. I mean, it's not exactly apples for apples with, you know, barley versus oats, but it should still be a fair old amount, I'm hoping. We will do these corners like this for now, just because there is quite the old embankment back up there. There we go. Get rid of the straw. So I haven't actually looked how quickly the old grain is being dried at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll get there like that. Let that save, of course. It's done over 11,500 litres of it already. Oh, excellent news. I must remember at some point to put the sell point down. Because if we take a look in time saving stock check, 1411 Jan. Okay, we can handle that. We're gonna have some straw to sell. Love it. Aha. I'm not gonna say it this time about how much I love harvest. Oh, darn it, I said it. Aha. So I think what we're gonna do, so what are we, 73 grand. Yeah, it's not unhealthy that we're not having to repair too much stuff. So I'm good with that. I think what we'll aim to do in the upcoming episodes is, there we go, let's get this turn done first. There we go. Is try to get these fields repurposed, get them drilled with something maybe, and then we should be good. We might possibly do a third cut, a second cut even, and obviously we'll be studying and going to work as and when we can. What I was doing before, when I was sort of getting into July, was like sort of you'd finish on the farm in inverted commas, let's say around 4 o'clock-ish, depending on when I was done. Study till 10, 12, and then at that point go to work through the night, and then till sort of like 9 AM, because you can't really do too much with the fog the way it is in the mist in the morning. So yeah, it works quite well. And like I said before, it shouldn't get repetitive for you, because it's sort of a thing that you just show off of camera. That's my thinking anyway. That's my thinking anyway. So 98% yield, 5.7 tons to the hectare. We're looking alright with, what, 70% full off of the headland. We might take the opportunity to unload whilst we are here. Let's drive this bit freehand. There we go. The old pipe out. Knock that off for a second. Thank you. Let's just have a look actually at those. Use 2,000 litres of wood, which is not bad. Which is not bad at all. That's still alright. Not putting myself down. I still not pinch yourself. That's probably a bit extreme. Oh man, there we go. We'll get that a little bit at the end. I still have to think, I made that. You know, a bit of help from Marnux and it would have been disturbed for the FS25 one, yeah. You know, but yeah, it did a thing. I think it's about 32,000 downloads now. So that's good. You know, I'm pleased with that. Between the three mods, nearly at 100,000 downloads, which is cool. Which is very cool. I'm chuffed about that. I do like that. Right. And lovely breeze blowing through the house at the minute. I'm not going to go on too much about the weather, because probably every UK creator at the minute is going, it's so hot. Which it is. But yeah, there's a lovely breeze with it at the moment, blowing through, so can't grumble too much. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on. I'm going to leave you guys here. Thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, leave us a like. If you're new, think about subscribing. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.